All right. You all set?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. All right. Welcome to the Geek Savants pop-up episode. This is Secret Wars number 4.
Quattro.
4. Yeah. I guess no more need for us. We should just jump right into I wanted to show you something real quick. This literally just popped up on my Twitter, so I thought I'd show you. Somebody got a jam piece done over the years of independent comic books, so indie comics. And so this is the jam. He posted it to Eric Larson's Twitter so he could see it. Let's see here. Boopity boop boop ba-doop boop share. There we go. So I thought you might get a kick out of this.
Look at that.
That's pretty cool. Secret Wars.
That is awesome.
So you got your that's got to be Art Adams, right? And then Evan Dorkin over here on Milk and Cheese. Eric Larson and Savage Dragon. They got Flamin' Carrot in there. That's pretty rad. Scud. Badger.
Got my boy Badger. Who's the guy at the very bottom with the 2 Wolverine claws?
Faust.
That's right. I like
Tim Vigil's Faust. Which was, remember when we were younger, like people were like, "Hey, this comic's way bloody," and like there's like people getting ripped up. It's a little adult. I don't know if you guys should be reading that.
That madman.
Was that also one?
Right by your cursor.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I love Mike Allred.
Yeah.
Little bone. Some good ones in here, so I thought that was funny. Just a real quick thing. I was like, oh shit, like total fucking Secret Wars.
Do you think that's a Sam Keith Max?
Where's Max at?
In the middle.
Oh. I don't know, actually.
Because it doesn't really look like a Sam Keith, but...
No, it doesn't. I wonder who did that. So I'm not going to trash it, but some of this stuff is, It's like on one hand, you have Art Adams, Evan Dorkin, like all these, like, and then you're like, and then there's these other guys too. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's all good. Okay. I hope I didn't spoil anything. Did I spoil it?
You did a little bit, but that's
son of a bitch! There's the game right there. I just ruined my game. I ruined my Grant game. All right, so we're talking about issue 4 of the Secret Wars. This one was notorious for the cover, so I guess I probably should just show you that. Let's see here. Show the cover. This is
when I saw the cover, and it's not just the cover, but it's the cover plus the text.
Yeah.
It was, to me, one of the most dynamic, like, it filled me with joy and just like, it was such an awesome cover as a kid.
I know.
I was like, oh my God, the Hulk is the fucking man.
I remember just like staring at all the rocks that like went up into the behind the title and everything, and just like being so blown away by all the rocks and stuff. Like,
what a great design. It just looks heavy on.
Yeah. It does. It's really rad.
I go to the next one. There's a little snippet of the close up. So look at Ben Grimm over here.
I know.
And he's just laying down with some hot ass She-Hulk action.
I know. She's looking like Mantis over there. I don't know what's her. This whole drawing is no bueno. I mean,
this is the beginning of the end of the art in the issue.
No, the like Hulk is dope. Iron Man is good. Look at Cap's shield. It's the size. Never noticed this before.
I know.
Are you kidding me? I've never noticed this before. Look at that.
There's so much that I had not noticed before. That I noticed now reading it again.
Wow, guys.
Like the Hulk's face hurts me to look at this close up. But when it's a small little snippet on the whole thing, it's fine.
I look at this and I think,
I'm
that's a rad cover. I
yeah,
swear I did not notice that shield was the size of his whole side of his body.
I did
Oh my
not.
God. Could you imagine if he had that on his back? It would go to his knees. It would like
Let's go
go,
sledding.
it'd be like, it's like a cape. Oh
Yeah,
my God. That is awful. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're not even going to get into like the fact that you just, the Reed Richards doesn't look that great. Spidey looks, whatever. It's like the main characters on here do not look that great.
I'll tell you though, Iron Man looks kind of fly.
He's posed out for sure. Like this, I wonder if he was like, I gotta find like some kind of guy laying. Is this like a Burt Reynolds ad or something?
Yeah, it totally is. It's like a cheesy '80s poster, but also Bob is known for his Iron Man run,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
does like a night. I like how he does his armor. I've always liked the Bob Layton Iron Man runs.
Bob Layton, let's talk about him. Situation hopeless, no problem. So this is the first issue where they had ran into like Mike Zeck can't draw very fast.
Right.
And like they needed more time. So they had to like bring in Bob Layton to, I don't know if this had been the plan the whole time, but all of a sudden Bob Layton shows up. And I don't even know, how much did you notice this as a kid? Do you remember?
Not at all.
Okay.
Back then, it meant nothing to me.
All right. So of course I was going to play my game with you, but
Okay.
we were going to talk a little Bob Layton. Bob Layton, go real quick on him. He is most known, I think, I'm sure you agree, is with his Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man is like anything Bob Layton is like a straight up all of the Iron Man shit. He is most famous for let's see here. Where is my thing?
He's done a lot of stuff.
But this cover right here is like a completely iconic.
Yeah.
It's incredible. This cover is incredible. This has got to be like top.
That's his swan song. For sure.
You know, what's funny is that I went and I looked, and he actually didn't draw it, in a sense. He didn't draw the Iron Man issues. John Romita Jr. would lay it out, I assume, or do the pencil,
Really?
and then Layton would finish. So a lot of the stuff that we know him of, like armor, this stuff was laid out by John Romita Jr. And then I think as they got into Armor Wars, he was the writer. But I think Mark Bright did the art on a lot of those Armor Wars issues. So, because that's who was doing, he was doing a lot of covers at that time. So,
yeah.
But I know Layton and David Michelin wrote all these classic Iron Man stories. You know, they created Rhodey. They created, Drunk Tony. Justin Hammer.
Drunk Tony's the best.
They created Justin Hammer, which is like, Sam Rockwell's character, which is really cool. Bob Layton. So yeah, he shows up as the artist now on this book. Let me grab this. Where is it?
Yeah, back then I was not as artist savvy, and it looked cool to me, in my 12, 13-year-old self thought it would look cool. So I was like, oh, it's another issue of Secret Wars, yay! And I just didn't care.
Yeah,
a monkey could have drawn it.
I honestly don't think I even noticed until maybe like the millionth reread of it.
Exactly.
And then I was like, wait, this art drops off like heavy duty. All right, so we start with
good stuff to it, though.
You know what? I
like Boom.
He's not terrible. I mean, please, like there have been way worse artists that have. Thank you. At least Bob Layton tricked you enough to think. Like if I looked at this page, I'd be like, "Oh, Mike Zeck drew this page."
Yeah,
I got no problem. I mean, Beatty was the inker, so they kept probably the same team. But this is dope. So at the end of the last issue, the villains had attacked. This shit was crazy. They fucking dropped like some huge boulder on top of their base. And now this is them like cruising in here, checking it out. I see now. I like this dude's face. I don't know if this is Thunderball. I like his face.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's It's different.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not Zach. But it's so crazy how some panels I hate and some panels I actually like. I don't want this to become a Bob Layton bash fest, but
I know. I felt the exact same way.
like Titania down here looks pretty good. How you feeling about her?
Yeah, I was totally fine with that.
All right. Okay, so on this we get your boy Cucky Owen. Old molecule man over here, you know.
So little. Look at him.
He's so tiny. He's plays a predominant part in this issue as being very wimpy and weak.
But at the same time, he does something pivotal. So
I know. It's crazy. Well, I can't wait to talk about that because that part is fucking crazy. All right. Titania has got some real, like, she's been doing her, like, Vera DeMilo type things. And, like, she's like, I'm ready to accept this. She, like, gets, like, buck wild and, like, just picks up this crazy thing. Again, we don't know. What is her power base? Who knows? What do you think she is? She-Hulk's equivalent?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give her that. With this kind of piece.
So right before here, Doc Ock used some fancy binoculars and spotted the heroes a little ways away, and so she just starts throwing shit at them.
I love that part. He says, they've been doing this for like 4 straight issues now, where it's like, hey, these glasses I found, they automatically detect and focus on moving on. Like everything is always exactly as they need it. I don't know why. Why do you think they did that? Because I love it, but it's like, where people can be like, bro, I wrote a letter to the editor. Why'd you guys not tell us about what these binoculars were all about?
I think that, my theory on that is that they wanted, or maybe it was just Shooter, just wanted to make things as easy as possible and on himself. And so he just could create any plot device that he wanted.
Right.
He'd basically be the Beyonder and say, oh, okay, these guys can get this and that. And,
Oh, what do you like about this page? This page is amazing.
Really, it's the bottom 2 panels, but it was I like the fact that they were throwing stuff and that the Wrecker is like, we'll throw smaller chunks.
Yeah, right.
As Titania. I always like those little nuggets like that. And then you've got the classic Kirby-esque Molecule Man at the bottom.
What is what's his face in that pink panel? Like what I honestly have looked at it and try it every now and then. I look at it and go, ooh, that looks like somebody, but I can't.
Is that Peter Parker?
No, I feel it's like some kind of actor. Like it looks like an actor of some sort. I don't know. That's a terrible drawing. That's all I'm saying. It's not right. I've never
the volcano right next to him is dope.
Not bad. No.
I like that.
You know what? And that hand is good too. I'm not dissing his hands everything he does is technically pretty good. I have to say, after all these years, I have no idea what really the definitive face of Molecule Man is. Like what does he actually look like? They've drawn him a million different ways over these years.
I know. I always think he's just he's an ugly dude and he's got these crazy electro scars on his face.
Is that what those are scars?
I think so.
What the fuck is going on his face? Hey man, what's going on with your face? Oh shit. Yeah. So look at this mountain. What do you think about this mountain? Now that I look at it with more of a critical eye, hater, read that as hater.
Yeah.
It's not I don't know. What do you think?
It's like, it's okay. With all the spikes on the bottom, like reading it later on, I'm like, so Hulk really didn't do a whole lot.
I know. Well, I just don't understand why they had him pick it up and have it as like one piece. Like why keep it as if it's an iceberg or something they just pulled out of the water? It's like,
he was trying
mountain range. Does a mountain range have roots? Did I not get the memo on this? So when you pull a mountain range out, does it have like roots that it's being pulled out? Why are these like stalactites being here? It's really confusing.
Yeah.
Loved it when I was a kid, though. I was like, damn, bro, a whole mountain. Yeah, this next panel is really, I do like this panel because,
Yeah, I love the Hulk, and I love all the people, draped on him and stuff. But
yeah,
clearly the best is old Shellhead.
I know. Well, he has a little part coming up a little later. That's
I know,
hilarious. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about this a little bit, I think, like last about Hawkeye fighting Doc Ock, and you were like, "Oh, Hawkeye, he's cool and everything." But here's this: he didn't get hurt. He's not hurt right now, and in fact, he plays a pivotal role.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. We go to the next one. Hawkeye doesn't do a whole lot throughout the whole series. I mean, and what you can't blame the guy. He shoots, arrows, whatever.
Okay.
But he pretty much saves everybody right here.
Yes, he does. He does. Doesn't he like give up some stuff in a few pages too? Yeah.
Yep.
I love this. By the way, I love this panel of Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye.
I do too, and I feel like even Zek wouldn't have done the double motion of the arm that kind of shows that's not something Zek normally does. So I kind of in the face in that, it's great. I love the Iron Man pose. I really feel like Iron Man's struggling to do what he's doing. Not drop his woman friend and save everybody at the same time. So
it's a little wonky on the where is he? Is he laying back? What's he doing?
Yeah, I give it to him though.
I like it. And then all right. This is, oh my God, I've been waiting 4 issues to talk about this. Okay. This is one of my favorite parts. As if to hammer home the point that Rhodey is wearing the armor. We talked about it a couple issues ago, the way he was it was the more chauvinistic style, Rhodey. Yeah. This, where he says, Hulk says, you didn't drop Captain Marvel. Wait. Before we even discuss it, look at the way Torch is peeping over the shoulder on this. See that? And then Rhodey is like, I never dropped talent like this, my man.
My man.
My man. Slap it up on the flip side, my man. I don't drop talent like this. Come on, Jim Shooter. Old white dude.
Honky ass shooter.
Oh, I love it.
That was awesome.
As if somebody was just gonna turn around and be like, "Hey, are you black under there? What's happening?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they go a little overboard with their wording on things suddenly, unbelievably, a mountain range which would dwarf the Andes. I don't feel that from this, but okay.
I know. How is that possible? How is that possible?
You couldn't even fit it anywhere near the frame. Whatever.
Oh my God. Yeah. And again, it's just one giant piece, just one huge piece of a mountain, and then it falls on them.
Yeah. And there's poof.
This face on Molecule Man right here killed me. It straight up killed me.
Why?
I could not take it. It is the worst. It's the doofiest looking face ever.
It's kind of doofy, but I always focus on the Doom.
Doom is really. I like this. I do. Check out Titania up here. What's going on back here? She is spread she's just ready to go. She's ready to go.
She is.
Wow.
But you know who else is ready to go? The Enchantress.
Oh, for sure. She
is trying to get her some sweet Thor action right there.
If you guys remember, and we'll hit this in a second, but Thor and Enchantress took off because Thor was like, all these mortals don't know what it's like to be a god. I need to talk to another god. Enchantress went to another place with him, and we'll talk about where they went after these moments. But this is the Enchantress basically trying to be like, Thor, can't you love me? And he's like, well, of course. I mean, what are you talking about? We talking about a little night thing, a little one night stand, maybe? By Odin's beard, by Odin's raven.
And I gotta say, Bob is pretty okay drawing the ladies for the most part.
Not bad, except for Titania's eyes right here.
Titania's a little, yeah. The Titania eyes
Yeah.
are a little funky.
Yeah. So then Thor and Enchantress hear the mountain get dropped, and they think it's like an earthquake, as they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, was that an earthquake?" And my favorite part right here. Let's put a pin in this, and the Enchantress or Absorbing Man says, "And the Enchantress, I guess they've been off partying."
Right. Like
That line. That's one of my favorite lines.
I know.
And okay. So are they coming back to the base? Because he says our fortress laid waste. So I guess they're still back at the base.
Yeah, because earlier they were just traipsing through the wreckage.
Okay. I felt like they had gone towards them, but hey, maybe not. Because Molecule Man just dropped the Andes on them, for God's sake. Okay, so then Thor comes back. Thor's like, hey, I will fight all of you guys. Doom is like, look, I'll kill you. It'll be great. Thor thinks Enchantress has, really wants him so bad that she will change sides and go to him. And then Absorbing Man, who fights Thor all the time, like goes after him. This is a badass fight. I love this fight.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Like this whole shit where he throws off his hammer and stuff.
And Titania was going for a nut punch, and
it does look, yeah, she's really doing the like nut punch for sure. Yeah, and
then the next panel, there's this little flick, and she goes flying.
Oh, that's awesome! I hardly paid attention to that because I was checking out his hammer coming back and like Doc Ock fighting him and stuff. I wonder how many times Doc Ock's fought Thor. I wonder if that's an interesting combo.
Doesn't seem like it would be
a fair fight,
anything at all.
Yeah, like Thor.
And why is Absorbing Man absorbing a bunch of junk and not Mjolnir or something cool?
Right.
Like Ultron's right there, for God's sake. He could be adamant.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Wow, that's a good plan, sure. Grant. Thor is taking this, though. I mean, look at the bottom panel. Like, he gets these varlets. Thy touch offends him. So he gets them away. I love it. And he brings down the Crack-a-Boom. But of course, Doom, who knows everything, has somehow invented, as he gets like super technical and then basically just says it's a disintegration ray.
Yeah.
I created an energy beam which cancels the force. That's a disintegrator. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get too crazy.
When I first saw this, I was super bummed.
Really?
I was like, because I guess they tricked me too, because I thought he was gone.
Grant.
I mean, he's gone.
I know. Ultron killed him. He Cthulhu'd him with his disintegrator. I mean, there's no way he's coming back.
No coming back from Cthulhu'ing.
All right. Let's take a quick break from our issue, and I will go over to my other story. So this book came out in, I believe, around 84. And then in 87, I'm reading comics, as we do. And I stumble across this Thor. And this Thor, 3 years later, basically explains like what happened when they left, Enchantress and him left.
That's so cool. So they never talked about it until then?
Just now.
Wow.
I know. Wild, right? The story we couldn't print until now because of all the nudity. There's a lot of nudity in it.
They were getting busy.
Yeah. So I cut all that out, though. I didn't want you to have to see it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So this is a good issue. It's basically Enchantress talking to her sister, Lorelei, about love and how she had a chance at love with Thor. And so she recounts the tale of, I will tell you of the time I squandered my opportunity to know true love. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's just another chance to rehash this. So you got Ron Friends, who is, basically a Layton.
He's very Layton-y.
He's very Layton-y. He's in here. So he's doing the recap, as we've seen now numerous times in a couple of comic books. You got some good recreations of some panels, which is good. She gets punched by She-Hulk, yada, yada, yada. So he rescues her. Obviously, we know all that. I didn't even show you that. This is part of her first thing. She wants to try and charm Thor. She wants to use her dark magic and charm him by using these spirit ladies to get all up on him. And you see how he's all like, he's about to be there. But look, Grant, he says the nay. I will remain strong and virtuous. Virtuous?
I never thought of Thor as virtuous.
No.
He's always been down to.
I think that's why
in Enchantress, as they say.
Yeah. He gave her a quack-a-boom.
Quack-a.
So then they hang out for a little while longer. You know, they grow to like each other. And so then it's like they're about to get the smoochy smooches on. And, you know, she's like, he's like, yes, I can. And then, of course, the earthquake thing, they come back. So now this is Ron Friend's version of what's happening. I know. Isn't this cool? Thor fights alone. I actually think this is better than what we saw.
I do too. Look at that Kang.
I know. It's rad. I like this panel with Thor is really dope. And the way they kind of play off. I didn't grab the whole thing, but I thought this panel you would really like.
Ooh.
That's a good one, huh? Good absorbing,
yeah.
man.
And it's pretty much exactly what happens in the OG.
This one I thought you'd like. Until his face ain't nothing but meat sauce. Pwam, pwam, pwam.
I love it.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's all I have on that one. So yeah, and then of course he basically says that he's like, oh, I did like a lightning flash to distract them, and then that's how I escaped.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he says that later on to Cap.
Yeah. Well, he also says, well, there. So there.
Okay.
All right. Here, let me get back into our thing. Technology. All right. So this I thought was crazy on my reread. This right here.
Did he? I can't even remember if he actually killed him or if he comes back.
Ooh, I guess we'll learn as we proceed down this road, because I honestly can't remember either.
That's why I love rereading these so much.
I know, because I kind of forgot he killed Kang, and I was like, what does Kang do during all this? But yeah, no, that's wild that he uses his, I believe he called it a disintegrator ray on Kang.
Yeah,
and took him out. Yeah, and then Grant, did you push the tear back into your duct?
I did.
Okay, good.
I was so happy when I saw that. So then after that, we see a little snippet of the X-Men.
What they're doing.
They're on their way to Maggie to go see Magneto, and we've got a forlorn Colossus just kind of, he's thinking about his extremely underage girlfriend.
Oh, Kitty.
In her
Kitty. All the dreams I hardly dared to dream about us are finished. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I love our leg warmers though.
Yeah, and Peter's premature gray is, that was kind of throwing me off.
They really make him look really old. He looks really old.
Beatty's ink pen ran out or something.
Yeah. Guys, I have to leave him white.
And here, this, old Bob.
I know.
Bob.
I know. I knew you'd pick this panel.
He's got some good faces and he's got some not so great faces. And also on top of the faces, you've got and this isn't Bob's fault. It's
editorial.
The Wolverine claw inconsistencies throughout history have always bothered me.
He went like inconsistent from one panel to the next. In the first panel, it's like pig stickers, and then in the other one, it's the knives.
Tell me that middle one does not look like a John Byrne. It looks like a straight up.
Beatty must have had to do a lot of work on that one.
Yeah. He because Byrne always drew Wolverine with the round pig sticker claws.
Yeah.
Whereas the next one are classic Frank Miller flat bladed claws.
We see now where Todd McFarlane straight up ripped this panel off for the cover of that Hulk issue. Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly.
I never noticed this.
He totally did.
I never noticed, but yeah, look at that. We call him out. Todd Mack. All right, Rogue's over here being like, I'm a bad guy. What am I doing here? What do you think about Rogue's green outfit? We never talked about this?
Yeah.
Eh?
I never thought much of Rogue back then because I didn't really know much about her.
Did Rogue ever get good to you?
Did what?
Rogue ever get good to you?
There was a time when I liked her, but she's always been kind of a throwaway character for me.
All right, I like these choice of panels here. I loved Cyclops' zip tone on his visor right here. That was amazing.
That looks like a really good Beatty job.
Yeah, the storm is really good in this panel.
They both look great. And then that Magneto. When I saw this, and then found out what it was in the next couple panels.
Yeah,
that made me love Magneto so much. Just from this stupid, I don't know why, but it always stuck in my brain. Like,
okay,
he could literally, he's like Molecule Man in a sense.
Yes. Right? So look, okay, so like, I believe first off, this is a totally weird way to use Magneto's power. Okay, First off. Second off, this might be the best way to describe what Molecule Man does. Like, watching this is a much better description of his powers, I feel like. I get it when I look at this. I mean, as Magneto, I'm like, well, I saw him build a ball around Wasp last time. I thought that was pretty fucking impressive. But yeah, no, I thought this was really cool. He just pulled the fucking metallic particles out of air and made a comb. I brought the comb.
Can we really, really quickly just look at those 4 top panels of Magneto faces?
He's got 3 different faces.
1, yes. Yeah. No, I would say 4. But
if you count the 4, the 4 panels up top, the 4th face is completely different.
I don't know. Yeah. The second one that's kind of classic.
Okay, that one's pretty good. Okay. We gotta. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, Wasp. I now realize they probably didn't bang, so we'll have to throw out that theory.
Yeah.
But she wants to brush her hair. Yada yada yada. He's still thinking, you know what? Waspy and me, we're on the same team here. We got it going on. I helped her out, even though I kidnapped her. I made a comb. Deal. It's pretty even, Steven, if you ask me. I made a comb. I kidnapped her.
Now we have to bang.
I know. So then the X-Men show up. You know, of course, Wolverine mentions beer because that's what he did back then.
That's what he do.
Charles just basically drops the whole plan and right there. But there's something on this page. Did you catch it that I thought was so crazy? It's not art. It is not art. It is something in the text. She is disappearing. And she says, you are the most, really, really are the most evil scum since Hitler.
Yes. Okay. And
I was like, oh shit, she just called a Jewish dude Hitler.
She dropped the H-bomb on
that's such a Karen style move. Like, how racist are you? Like,
she's such a Karen in this issue.
Oh, she's so anti-Semitic. It's crazy. Who calls a Jewish guy known for the Holocaust?
I know.
I get it. He killed Russian guys in a submarine. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. But can't you call him like Stalin? I don't know who else was bad. Mussolini? Call him somebody else.
Yeah, you're a bad guy.
You're a bad guy. How about you bad guy?
And she's, she is saying that she thought he was cute. So it kind of reinforced his, chauvinistic behavior. So she's not helping.
Weirdly, that might be the best Wasp drawing yet, is that panel where she's pinching his cheek. That might be the best looking Wasp in the whole comic so far.
Yeah, she's not bad there.
Not bad. All right, so then she takes off. Wasp basically beats, I don't know,
Magneto and the X-Men?
6 of the most powerful mutants on the planet, some that we would call some of the greatest mutants ever. She just whoops their ass.
And she says she's holding back.
I didn't even notice that. You'd be splattered. Oh, geez.
She was only using half of her power.
I'm concerned about the X-Men. I'm very concerned.
I was back then. I was such an X-Men lover.
Yeah.
It was very disappointing.
And then she like basically like they even call it out like the next time you see me, they're like, dude, we just got our ass kicked by Spider-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Dude, so good. All right, so now we're gonna get to the meat of this issue. The only reason to even read this issue.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff, but this is where it really goes. So then we go into the mountain range.
That's a nice setup where it's you got the pulled back shot and you go in closer and they're very buried.
And it's just like black, all black. How about a little light?
Beneath billions of tons.
I love this page. This page is rad.
It is.
The art may not be the greatest page in the it may not be the greatest art in the universe, but you know what? I'm all in on this page.
Yeah, for sure. There's so much going on. You've got the Hulk like profusely sweating. Then you've got their desolation, like where they show just the pinhole of light with them, and I love that second black panel. And then they start cannibalizing all of the technology that's available to him and Reed at the same time, he's goading the Hulk into pissing him off so that he'll get stronger.
First, like they're like, wake Reed up again, cementing Reed Richards.
Yeah,
dude, like don't even fuck around. And then they're like, weirdly, Cap's shield is not the size of a fucking parasail right now, so that's good. Good on them.
Pretty normal, yeah.
So they wake Reed up, and this shit blew my mind, Grant. This series of events right here where Reed is like, give me a second. Got it. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need. He's like MacGruber over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just basically straight MacGyvered this shit and was like, "Give me an arrow, give me some of this Iron Man shit, and then like Spider-Man, give me the web." He's like, "Give me the web shooters," and Spider-Man's like, "Nah, all right." I thought that was kind of funny. Like, he's like, "Okay,
yeah."
And then here's your part. Look, he is sweating profusely.
He is very sweaty.
This is really cool. Like this is, I mean, break this whole thing down right here, Grant.
So basically, Hulk is saying he doesn't know how much time he's got left to hold it up, and Reed he's saying how brilliant Tony is and how smart he is, and Hulk is just getting more and more pissed off. And then
such a
I know, and saying that he's self-pitying and going on and on about him. And
this part is interesting here in the upper right panel where he said, this little bubble at the top.
Which one?
You arrogant clown, you know they bolded that letter. That was the word. I'm losing my intellect, don't you? And you think I'm just a dumb ox again already. That's an interesting. I kind of maybe just.
That's some good foreshadowing.
It's good that he like says it in a moment of like weakness,
Right.
And then although I do not love the art in this middle section, I love what's happening in the art.
Yeah. Just the fact that they can do that.
Can we slightly sidebar onto what the fuck is going on with Human Torch? Are we to believe that Reed somehow figured out a way to take fire,
just fire,
and Nova fire, but just in his hand, by the way? He's like,
right.
I'm like, okay, I buy it from Captain Marvel, but like,
totally.
You're gonna.
Okay. Who else down there has any kind of like energy powers?
Nobody, right?
So
I know they had to use them. I guess
they had to.
I like. He says, "What? Go ahead."
My favorite though is I hear something, a tapping noise.
Nah,
that's the best.
Yeah, a tapping noise. It's coming from that direction. And then I will give him props on this bottom panel. I love the bottom panel.
Yeah,
really showed how massive the hole. But what's funny is, and it's. I fucking hate the way they did the hole on the next page. Yeah. Do you have a problem with it?
it's too clean.
And yeah. That's where my problem is. I'm like, okay, did they really just carve a door in the fucking side of this thing? Like what? I okay. So anyway, that's just a little quickie. I'm not that mad about it. I do like when they show them climbing out how small they are.
Yeah. I mean, technically they'd be a lot smaller, but whatever.
And then Hulk and Reed acknowledge that Reed played Hulk like a fool.
Yeah. That made me happy. I know. He's just a poor Hulk.
Poor Hulk. Okay. And then Thor shows up with Grant's dream hair. Again.
Yes.
That second panel is like, I'm surprised you haven't like photoshopped your head into that panel. And then go ahead, read it. I know, or can you read it or you want me to read it?
Thor, I thought that tapping sound we heard might be you trying to dig us out. My Midas blows. Tapping. You are buried deep indeed.
Oh, so fucking great. It's so great.
I love that.
You could just imagine Thor is wailing on the mountain.
Whamming on it.
But like, okay, nitpick. The villains don't hear this. That has to be like some of the loudest like shit in the universe, right?
Yeah.
I won't
let them have it.
All right. This actually is one of my favorite parts too. You kind of grabbed a couple panels of it, but they send Captain Marvel out on a recon mission, and this is just like an awesome Captain Marvel. It shows like how badass she really is, you know?
She can fly at pretty much close to light speed.
Yeah, and it's fucking rad. She goes all around the world, kind of does a little bit of they can show off some of the like alien terrain type of shit.
Yeah.
And then she notices Galactus, and then for some weird fucking reason, even though like Denver is there, they are like, "Oh, guys, you're not gonna believe this. I found this spot. It's only right under Galactus, for God's sake.
It's like right there."
Yeah. And she's like, "That's the best I could do." Denver's like, "What the fuck? We're right here. You didn't see us."
So my thinking is it was just the closest like safe spot where the rest of them
could get to
it. Yeah. And even then at the top it says hours later.
Hours. I do not like at all anywhere in this issue the Hulk's face.
No, there's very few Hulk faces I like. Yeah.
All right. And then oh boy, here she comes.
Oh, Thriller.
Here,
of the night. That's all I can think of. That's all
I know. The cat eyes.
The cat eyes.
Just real quick, check out like poor, sad little Ben Grimm right in the middle here in his little underwear. He's all naked, basically walking around.
He looks so cool.
Yeah, this is the introduction of. We won't name her until the next episode or whatever, but this is the introduction of the Heartbreaker right here.
The healer.
The healer. And she's just fixing fools up. And of course, Playboy Johnny is fucking like, Johnny. Dibs, shotgun. He called like shotgun like right away. Like nobody else had really laid down. And he's like, and I'm hooking up with this one, guys. I just wanted to let everyone know.
And he just hurt his arm, right?
And his ribs, I think. He also has some because he says my ribs and arm. And then look at Iron Man's like, Torch, you got no class, man.
Well, look, I hate it. I'll tumble for you. And they couldn't even spell out for. They had to put.
I don't know if I've ever read that, honestly.
Oh my God.
Honestly, maybe when I first read it, but maybe I've blocked it out ever since because I swear I'd never realized that said for. Yeah.
It's like, that's just awful.
That is awful.
But beautiful zip tone on Johnny's face.
That's actually not a bad panel. That looks like a Zek face, if you ask me.
It does.
And then
poor Ben. Poor Ben.
This drawing is crazy. It's such a bizarre drawing of Ben turning into a thing again.
Not my favorite. Like that. Okay. As an artist, it's a great opportunity to make like a cool transition.
Right.
Like half human, half
lumpy,
rock.
kind of more like, like his rocks are growing out of him kind of a thing.
Like, what was he just in a rush? Or like, it looks like a pineapple.
Yeah. Just have it like as if it's just been there the whole time, but it just showed up. You know, like no, it never was actually gone. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty whack. And then Reed,
that Reed face.
oh, not good, not good. But he's like, I have kind of an idea of what's going on, which I'm excited to find out because I can't remember what his idea was. But then he looks up at Galactus and he's like, oh shit, Galactus. But again, Reed talking about his kid and his wife. It's like the fourth straight issue of him talking about Sue. We get it. And then he looks up at Galactus and Galactus moves. And then all of a sudden, Genius Reed figures out what's going on.
Even though earlier, Captain Marvel, when she saw him, said, I heard he eats worlds. So, like,
well, okay. Okay. So why didn't Reed bring that up earlier?
I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Galactus has only been on top of a mountain since issue 2, I think.
I wonder what he's thinking. What's going on here? Like, I'm sure they'll probably talk about it a little bit, but there is a reason he brings, okay, we won't spoil, but okay, so he does his thing. Okay, all right, okay, all right. I'm surprised that they're shocked that he's like doing this. I'm surprised they're shocked.
Yeah.
Man. Next issue, it appears it's a Lord of the Rings movie, The Battle of the Four Armies. And yeah, that's our last page in Secret Wars 4. Not the greatest issue.
No. But as a kid, it was one of the greatest issues for me.
Yeah, okay, so yes, I will say the scene alone with the mountain.
Yeah.
And the cover, you know, if they go hand in hand, basically. That's it, I guess. I mean, you really you go and you say, that is what I'm here for. I'm here to see this scene, and it pays off, and it's perfect. And I mean, it's only 4 pages long, but it is fucking perfect.
Right. And, you know, in every issue, there's lots of nuggets of little good things that you take out of it. And in this one, it's the Magneto making the comb.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk holding up the mountain, Iron Man blasting the hole through the mountain, Kang dying apparently.
I didn't see that as big. Thor getting whooped was pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that's about it, man. There wasn't much else in this.
It was kind of on the weaker side, but I just remember it being so much better.
I know. Well, that part was incredible. It's one of the best parts of all of Secret Wars. So it's almost like you put one of the best parts into this issue that really doesn't have much going on with it.
Can I say that I have zero recollection of what happens in the next issue? I can't remember anything about it.
I did kind of roll ahead a little bit just as a flipping through. But even now I can't remember a lot of it. I love that cover though. It's a good cover.
I'm excited to read that one.
Who's your winner? Yeah. If I had to pick a winner, I would say it's between two people.
Hold on.
Wait. It's between two people. You got two or what?
Definitely two, but
okay.
On the count of 3, you say who the winner is.
Oh, so we have to pick between our two. All right.
And then say it at the same time.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hulk.
Reed Richards.
That wasn't even my second.
Really?
I kind of have Molecule Man.
Oh.
He dropped a mountain on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough. Reed Richards is good, but he's really barely in it.
Reed saved them, though.
Hulk saved them.
Okay, Hulk saved them initially, but this is how I always thought about it. The mountain's got those stalactites, right?
Okay.
They theoretically could have found little pockets here and there, and maybe some of them lived, maybe some of them died. But to get out of there and really live, you couldn't have done it without Reed.
Okay. Sorry, interrupted by my child. I agree that Reed is very important to this. But, I mean, the dude is on the cover.
I know.
It's the cover has text concerning him. That's a big deal, you know.
He did sweat a lot.
Profusely, I heard. So yeah, my winner is Hulk, but you're not going to agree with me on that one.
Hulk was my number 2. So
okay, good. I would have put my other one would have been Thor. Would have been in the top 4, maybe. I don't know, but that's about
definitely.
it. That's yeah. And then Iron Man for saying I wouldn't drop telly like this, man. my man. Oh my God. All right, everybody. If you want to get a hold of us or you want to just tell us your thoughts about Secret Wars, nobody ever does. But if you guys want to tell us how you're feeling reading Secret Wars along with us, just like, subscribe, and comment. Hit us up at thegeeksavants@gmail.com. You can go on our Instagram at the Geek Savants, where quickly right here, just real quick at the end, we'll just bust this out. Your boy Dave, just like totally to pull, like you posted something about Dave Franco being Vanilla Ice on our Instagram, and Dave texted us this morning, like 16 hours later, being like, guys, did you hear about Dave Franco?
That's such a Dave.
I loved it. I was like, because I honestly, for a second, thought Dave was the one that posted it, but when you responded, it killed me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we will talk to you guys next time. All right. Keep sweating profusely.
I will.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.